this, what is that?
Mexico.
Fuck my ass! Fuck my ass! Go fuck my ass!
What's going on, guys? Turkey, I'm back with a brand new video. Now today we have CPC Week 7 versus Togevoir, aka Chris, coach of the Portland Timburrs. Now, before anything starts, like if you don't already know who he is, he's an MPL Majors coach. He's a really good battler, and check out his channel. And also, please subscribe, because I'm really close to 200 subscribers, and I have a couple things planned for 200. So like, I want to get those things out there and record them, but I'm really close to 200. So make sure you subscribe. I promise I won't let you down. Yeah, and let's just go over his team. So he has Starmie, Mega Charizard X, which is the worst Charizard of them all. Nidoqueen, Tangrowth, Xurkitree, Cobalion, Cress, Slurpuff, Diglett, and Excelgor, which is holding the Z Crystal. Now, as you can see, he didn't bring a couple of big threats to my team, like Cobalion. I didn't really, I expected Cobalion. It kind of put in work if it was SD and stuff. So, and maybe Diglett, I don't know. I wasn't really expecting Diglett. Excelgor with like Focus Blast kind of put in work, and like HP Rock for Zard, that put in work as well. I mean, his team didn't really have anything for Charizard, but I'll get into that later. So first mon, I have banded Adamant, or not Adamant, but like minus Speed Nature Skunk Tank, because I didn't really need to outspeed anything, and anything that outspeeds me, I'm just clicking Sucker Punch. It's got Fire Blast and Dark coverage plus Poison Jab, so Crunch and Sucker Punch. And then I have like pretty much maxed max defense. Milotic with some speed to outspeed Tangrowth and Toxic that, and I have Rocky Helmet to inflict Rocky Helmet damage on Charizard X, because that mon sucks. Oh, did I mention Zardex is the worst Charizard? I don't know if I mentioned that, but yeah. But next we got Assault Vest, Reuniclus. This is just to like switch into Xurkitree every time, because I got Regenerator, so I could just take up or heal back the Volt Switch damage he does every time. This also switches into Nidoqueen if he's not attacking, like physical attack, and it also switches into Starmie. And finally we got the Godfather, the absolute god. We got Charizard over here. This set is actually Sunny Day, Solar Power, Fire Blast, Solar Beam, and Dragon Pulse. Now, if you look at his team, he has no switch-ins to my Fire Blast. His only switch-in would be Starmie, which can't do anything if it's defensive or like match HP, because Sunny Day is going to be up and I can Solar Beam that back, and Charizard, which gets Dragon Pulse. So this thing puts a ton of work. I kind of needed the Sunny Day to 2-hit KO Cress, so yeah. Cress also didn't come, which was a little bit surprising. I thought it would bring Cress to switch into Lopunny and Zygarde. But next we got Choice Scarf Zygarde. This is just max speed, just in case he brought Choice Scarf Starmie. It speed ties with that thing. Outspeeds Scarf Xurkitree, outspeeds +1 Charizard. Yeah, and it's just good. I have 1000 arrows, EQ, E-Speed, and Outrage. I didn't really need any other coverage, so I just put EQ, just late game if he doesn't have any, like here I could click EQ all the time, but if he had Crest and stuff, I had to click 1000 arrows, but EQ was more oftenly clicked. And next I just got Rapid Spinning, Mono High Jump Kick, because I really thought he would bring Cobalion, so I just put High Jump Kick on this thing. I have Toxic, so anything that I can't High Jump Kick, I could just Toxic. And then Synthesis and Rapid Spin, I think. So let's just get into the game. I decide to lead off with Skunk Tank, I believe. No, I lead off with Reuniclus, because I expected this lead or this or this. I don't Starmie and Nidoqueen lead. But he just goes for Signal Beam. I eat that off like it's nothing. I eat that up like it's nothing. Just go for Psychic. And here I'm predicting the switch. I go for a knockoff because it's kind of obvious. He's going to switch out. And he turns out to be Light Clay, so I didn't really expect him to be Screens. That was kind of interesting. Just go for Shadow Ball to gauge the damage. And I get a Spadef drop. But I switch out here, fearing him actually just going for Reflect and sacking this thing off, going into Slurpuff and actually Slurpuff or Zard to sweep me. So I just went onto this thing kind of expecting Slurpuff over Zard, and Zard I have a switch in being Milotic, so I didn't really expect Slurpuff, so that's why I went into this thing, so I could do damage and prevent it from belly jumping up. And he does go for Reflect like I expected, but he goes hard Nidoqueen, so that's a bummer. But Crunch wouldn't have done anything, like about 25% or something. I don't know. He turns out to be defensive, but that's fine. I switch on to Reuniclus, and I go for Future Sight here, because why not? He goes hard Charizard, but this Future Sight's gonna do a ton to him. Well, in the next 2 turns, it's gonna do a ton to whatever wants to come in. He goes hard Xurkitree, predicting my Milotic, so good play on him. But if I go into Zygarde here on the Volt Switch, he gets hit with Future Sight and dies. But I don't think that's that much of a necessary play, so I just go hard Reuniclus. He could go for Volt Switch, and I'm pretty sure he forgot about Future Sight because he just goes hard Slurpuff here, and that thing just takes 75% from this Future Sight. So now Slurpuff isn't really a threat anymore. I could just stay and go for Psychic because regular Slurpuff is really bad. So, but I switch out. Okay, never mind. I switch on to Milotic. I don't know why. Probably should have just went for Psychic. I wasn't really calcing at that point because I thought it would do a ton, but I didn't calc. Probably should have just Shadow Balled or something. I don't know. Here I just go for Future Sight to get damage on whatever wants to come in, because Shadow Ball, I don't think would it have killed Starmie. I don't know. Maybe. Charizard gets hit with a Shadow Ball, and he just goes for Dragon Dance, but Milotic could just go for Toxic here after Future Sight damage, Rocky Helmet, 2 rounds of Rocky Helmet and Toxic. Should put him in range of pretty much any priority of on my team. So that's what I do. I Toxic him. I had Dragon Pulse, but I don't know how much Dragon Pulse would have done. He was Spadef, I found out after the match, so I don't know how much Dragon Pulse would have done. So yeah, he's already in range of any priority, so it's fine. I didn't want to go into Skunk Tank in case he roosted on my Sucker Punch, so that would have been bad. So I just go out into this thing. Pretty much my best play. Nidoqueen comes out. He expects me to be banded, but I'm actually Choice Scarf, so that's all right with me. But he goes for Toxic Spikes as I go into Reuniclus. So, and I could just go for Psychic here because Tangrowth is not a switch. Oh wait, no, I go for a knockoff because I didn't know if he was Assault this Tangrowth. But he turns out to be defensive, and yeah, so I could just go hard onto this thing. I don't really expect him to have EQ because it doesn't really make sense. Versus my team, it only hits Skunk Tank. And yeah, so I go for Poison Jab, expecting him to stay in, maybe EQ if he had it. So I guess that's why I made the Poison Jab play. Probably should have crunched, but whatever. I go hard Reuniclus because he has nothing for this. Like I said, can just go for Psychic here, knocks out Starmie, like 2 KOs Tangrowth. And he's not Spadef at all, so this just 2 KOs him. And yeah, I could just go for another Psychic here, pick up my kill. I pretty much get literally another kill. The only way he breaks this thing is if, yeah, Signal Beam could wear me down, and also Leech Seed, but Psychic just kills this thing, so that's another kill for Reuniclus, which is all nice and dandy with me. He goes in Nidoqueen. I was very confused, but he doubles on the Starmie, which is a good play. I go for Future Sight because Psychic didn't have 100% chance to kill that thing, and Future Sight could have killed something on the very next turn. I go for Shadow Ball, does not kill him, which sucks really bad. And he goes into Nidoqueen and takes a Future Sight, but it's under light screen, so that's fine. I go into this thing kind of as a sack because I really don't need it because I'm not afraid of Surplus. I don't know, fuck, dude. Whatever. I'm not afraid of that anymore because it's under 50%. And he can't belly jump. So Zygarde literally doesn't matter anymore. It just clicks EQ 3 times and wins. So that's pretty much what I do here. Just click EQ a ton of times. So I am 6-1. I reclaim my throne at the top of the division, which is rightfully deserved, right? I'm coming for you, Juiced. I'm coming for you. So anyways, that has been my game. GG, Chris. It was an honor battling you. Yeah, check out his channel again. Subscribe to me, subscribe to him, and that's been it. Peace.